core stability is called the shortstop ready position. Like the cat-camel, and like most of the exercises that we do to work our core stabilizer muscles, this is based a lot on the research and writing of Dr. Stuart McGill. He is the director of spine biomechanics in the Department of Kinesiology at the University of Waterloo in Canada. Dr. McGill is one of the foremost thought leaders in this space in terms of spinal health and rehabilitation. And like some of these other core stability exercises, this is something more of a drill than it is an exercise. So we won't do it to the intensity or volume of repetitions that you become very exertional. So the purpose of an exercise like this or a movement like this is really more about grooving motion patterns or movement patterns or creating muscle memory. So the shortstop ready position is so-called because it looks a little bit like a baseball or softball shortstop getting into their ready position. The main premise is to groove a muscle motion in which we hinge the hips here and load our posterior chain, our hip extensors back here, our glutes and hams. And so the idea is to very intentionally hinge here at the hip rather than flex at the torso. So from the side, what it would look like is from full extension here in the hips with our shoulders stacked over our hips and hands kind of resting here in the front of our quads. We're going to initiate this movement with moving our butt back a little bit and then hinging here at the hip and letting our hands slide gently down, slowly down to about our kneecaps. And while we're here, we're going to maintain a very rigid neutral spine. Neutral spine essentially means that we maintain the curvature that's natural within the spine without affecting it or causing any hinge points, torsion, or flexion in it. So we're going to hinge here at the hip, initiate the movement by sticking our butt back, sticking the hips back, and letting the hands extend down. When we get to about the knee here, we want to make sure we maintain this neutral spine, and then we gently come back up to full flexion. Try to get our shoulders at least stacked over our hips, if not behind our hips. From the front, the movement would look like this. Come up. So the motion pattern where we're attempting to groove here, the muscle memory that we're attempting to create, is very important for the mechanics and proper form of lifting heavy things. So if we're doing deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, or in life picking up, say, a bag of fertilizer, this hinge at the hips while maintaining a rigid neutral spine or a rigid torso with neutral spine is really key to be able to safely and effectively lift heavy things. It's called the shortstop ready position.